Hello guys, and welcome to today's video. So the video today is actually gonna be a set of builds that I will recommend for the GM Nightfall this week. So this is the builds that both me and my partner essentially use to help people. So it'll be two of us, and we can simply carry people and do everything by ourselves without relying on a third member through the Nightfall. So if you have this build or you're close to making this build, this will simply help your three-man synergy three-man synergy to help you stop the overloads, stop the anti-barriers, get your kills, and essentially get your completions in a timely manner. Okay, so there's three builds. I'm gonna start with the Warlock. Weapon wise, I pretty much use the same weapons for all three characters, but I simply change my build to kind of play a certain role depending on the character I am using. So starting with the Warlock. The Warlock is quite straightforward. The idea is you essentially want to give your team well. Yes, well is not a super you should rely on in GMs, because yes, you are gonna get essentially deleted even in your well, but well is still good. Reason why: one, your damage is buff; two, it's still a good healing super. So if I step out of a well, quickly do damage, and even if I'm like almost one shot, being able to like back into a well and instantly get my healing is still always a good option. So I will always recommend, if you're actually trying to go in like as a stacked team, two wells with Phoenix Protocol. Phoenix Protocol is essentially the Warlock chest that allows you to regain your super energy while it is down. So when you pop a well, while people are killing within your well, which you're gonna do as a team, especially in GM, you're gonna wanna like stay close together. This essentially allows you to regain about 75% of your super energy while your well is active, as long as you're killing ads non-stop. So kill a couple of ads as a team, you regain your super energy. The reason why I say you want two instead of one then is you can kind of like overlap your wells, because if one person pops their well down, regain some of their energy, by the time their well goes off, the next Warlock can pop their well down, and just the orbs alone from your second Warlock will give the first Warlock a super back. Meaning by the time that well is finished, you can pop another well, and essentially you can just like rotate that well non-stop, as long as there's enough ads for you to kill. This will come in very useful in two stages and the Nightfall. And this first is the first room that you actually encounter, because you're gonna be dealing with like waves of ads. And second is actually the boss room as well, because on top of dealing with boss damage, you're also gonna be dealing with waves and waves of ads non-stop. So being able to do this will help a stacked team. Obviously, I don't assume everybody has this Phoenix Protocol. So if you do not have a Phoenix Protocol, another option for you will be to essentially rock the Brow. Brow is really good because it doesn't rely on you to have a certain type of like element or a certain type of weapon. You only have to get kill with your energy weapon to gain Grenade. Grenade is good in terms of, especially if you're in a well subclass, you can essentially heal your teammates. Non-stop Grenade for you means non-stop heal for the ground. So with the Brow, you can essentially, yes, you don't provide as much well, but at least you can provide some form of healing to help your team out. There's three elements in total that you'll have to deal with in the Lost Sector: Arc, Solar, and Void. What I usually recommend is to have like a Solar SMG or pretty much a solo SMG, because you can never get like a solo bow. So I'll always recommend a solo SMG. A Death Adder is a good one. If you don't have an SMG, a solo hand cannon is good as well, but an SMG is probably your best in class option in terms of solo, because that means you can also put like an overload SMG mod on, allowing you to essentially fill. You can still do your overload captains, so you can still like fill that role as an overload captain guy. Now, if you do not have a like SMG or a good like solo weapon, what I did for like instance we do not have a solo weapon is I switch my solo grenade to firebolt grenade. Reason why I did that is because there's going to be a couple of wizards that you're going to see. You are going to see all of this because I'm going to add one on my run at the end of this video for you guys to actually see the GM, and so that you can pretty much see what you will experience, which champions you will see, what I'm talking about, all of those things you will see it during my playthrough. The reason why I switched to firebolt grenade is because firebolt grenade will essentially track nearby enemies. Unlike the solo grenade is the best grenade in slot, but in this case firebolt grenade is the best in slot, because the solo art that you want to essentially deal with is wizards. If you just chuck a grenade, a wizard will back away, will run away, will disappear before that grenade is able to break their shield. On the other hand, the firebolt, just chucking it in any area, will instantly track nearby enemies, instantly breaking the wizard's shield before it has time to run away. And breaking that shield will also provide a stagger, giving you time to essentially DPS that wizard. So if you don't have a solo weapon, go with firebolt as a warlock. Apart from that, the stag is best in slot for a arc bow. There is also the void bow, which is the seasonal bow that came from the battleground. If I can find it, where's the void bow? Have I lost my bow? Ah, I got like 4 of them right there. Wrong character. There is also the character's got too much on it. There is also a void bow that came with the this season's battleground weapons, which is good for the void shielded enemies. In terms of void, you're gonna see a lot of like randomly void enemies like at the end during the boss fight, because you're gonna essentially have to deal with void shield when you're dealing with the boss. So you need at least one person with a void weapon. You can probably go with the void subclass as well, but I would defo recommend a void weapon. The bow is great for this because it allows you to essentially do an overload bow. So instead of your SMG, you just switch it to an overload bow, and it would help you stun the captains. Bow is especially good because the stun is a one shot. Getting a full draw from your bow will one shot and stun the captain. So bow is therefore best in slots in terms of overload. I know people recommend divinity, but divinity is never a good option because you have one teammate that cannot like provide any form of damage. All they can do is stun the overload, which a bow does easily, and hope that the other 2 members of the team have enough ammo to provide the rest of the support, the rest of the damage. So instead of just taking a team member out in terms of damage, simply putting a bow in 2 people's hand and they will do the job that a divinity provides. I use Anarchy, Reason I use Anarchy is, especially in terms of the boss, it's a weapon that you can attach to the boss and back away. I know not many people have Anarchy. In that case, I'll probably recommend some form of grenade launcher. Reason I'll say grenade launcher is something you can shoot and still have a burst of damage compared to relying completely on your sniper. Obviously, if you have something like an Izanagi, that's also a great option because you can do that burst damage, quickly shoot, and back in cover. But if you do have Anarchy, Anarchy is the best overall install. In terms of weapons, my weapons will always stay the same. But in terms of character, I will always recommend a different subclass depending on the character you choose to run/farm this lost sector with. In terms of Titan is quite straightforward. I think most people know this build. The Titan build is a simple middle tree void, which is very good in terms of your grenade and melee abilities because you can attach it to multiple targets, allowing them to essentially explode, give you personally healing, and obviously it's good crowd control. Apart from that though, you can also run the Ursa Furiosa. Ursa Furiosa is a beautiful exotic that works perfectly in GMs. I will always recommend this 100%. If you ever want to farm it, check out any of my lost sector videos. Depending on the lost sector that is on that day, go farm this you won't thank me. Ursa Furiosa is the Titan block exotic. Simply pop your super, block damage, and it will give you back super energy. Pretty much kind of like the fitness protocol for the Titan, but obviously you don't have to do damage, you just need to block the damage. Now, Ursa Furiosa is not good in lower tier activity because you need a huge amount of damage for you to actually get the best from the super. But in GMs, where everything essentially one shot, blocking those damage gives you back 75% of your super. So if you stack it with well, you can essentially use your super to provide one, cover, two, provide weapons, weapons of light, which is extra damage for your team, and three, provide orbs for your warlock. So when I was talking about if you're gonna run a stack team, run 2 warlocks. If you run 2 warlocks and a Titan, your team will run like a machine. As long as you do your combination right, essentially one warlock will pop a super, then the next warlock will pop a super. If there's ever a mistake or like a lack of add in between, the Titan can pop his super to create orbs. Key thing with the Titan super and the warlock well, while blocking damage from adds, do not, and I repeat, do not stand in the well. If you are standing in a well while blocking damage from adds, you essentially do not create orbs of your own. You need to make sure that you step completely outside the well so that the adds can shoot you and you create your own orbs. If you are standing inside, you will not create orbs, meaning you will not get any super energy. So please make sure to notice where your footing is in terms of where you're popping your super. Otherwise, you do not get super energy back, meaning you pretty much just excluded the whole point of your exotic. Again, obviously, I assume not everybody has this exotic. If you do not, another good option is your Armamentarium. Sorry, I'm very bad at pronouncing this. Pretty much it's a chest that gives you an extra grenade. More grenade, the better. But if you're gonna run this, I will recommend run it with status. The reason why I will recommend this is because with status you can essentially keep chucking your grenade, this grenade, the dust field grenade, which pretty much helps you in terms of stunning the champions, because whenever you're dealing with the champion, chuck a grenade, still make sure you run the correct weapons, chuck a grenade, and you can stun, and the status kind of like does an extra stun on top of it. because if they break out of your stun, the stasis will freeze them, giving you time to stun them again. So that means they do not have any break between the stun, meaning your team can easily and comfortably stun every target and essentially delete all of them. So if you do not have Furiosa, this is a good option. I did run this when I was essentially running the status part of this challenge. Where is it? This challenge. Because one of the steps to essentially get a Conqueror title gilded is to run your Arc, Solar, Void, and Status. So this build is what build I was running when I was running my status. It's just non-stop grenade and non-stop barricade. Now, what you should have noticed within my two builds is my Titan essentially always runs 100% resilient. There is a reason for that. What you'll notice a lot if you check out my video at the end of this explanation is the Titan. You will notice me popping my barricade a lot, because barricade is very good, just like my super, for blocking incoming damage. I know it's kind of obvious that I'm saying that, but in GMs it is very good. It's something that you can use to essentially block off a section of damage, allowing you to just kind of focus on one side of the room instead of trying to hide from every incoming damage coming. So whenever there's like a doorway, I'll usually block half of it. Whenever there's like two paths the ads can come in, I'll usually block half of it, because if they run through my shield, they will always get stunned. So it's a good way to essentially help your team out as a Titan. Hunter build. The Hunter build is pretty much a build that I've actually already showed you guys on this channel. This build is a build that you use to essentially keep your team alive and keep yourself invisible. This build is the build I've already shown you guys. It's pretty much using the Omniculus chest, and all you have to do is keep throwing your smoke. You chuck a smoke, you chuck a grenade, chuck a smoke, chuck a grenade. This will keep you invisible, allowing you to plan your attack properly, allowing you to apply anarchy to targets before they even see you, allowing you to get resistance buff, allowing your team to be more resistant to incoming damage. So this build is a really good support build, because I always, if you've ever watched my stream, I always call Hunter's build selfish, because you're either hiding by yourself or you're doing damage by yourself. You do not buff anybody, and you do not do any form of team gameplay. This is the first build I can say it's team wise. One, I can make everyone invisible, have my grenade back, and essentially always keep the whole team invisible. So if this was a strike that you can run through, I can pretty much have all three of us invisible the whole time. That's how good this chest is. I did have a comment in one of my videos that asked, why am I running 100 mobility and 100 strength for this build? Now, I'm not sure if the person did not pick up on it on the video, or maybe I personally forgot to say it. But the reason why I run 100 of both is depending on the circumstances. Because one, you'll notice sometimes in this GM that I will throw a grenade, or maybe I don't think I have. I'm gonna put this video on. I might have to do like a separate video. But what tends to happen in Henson situation is sometimes I need to sacrifice my own smoke to keep people alive. So I'll throw my smoke on the ground to keep someone from dying, to make them pretty much make them invisible. But that means usually around then I would not have any more smoke. So by having 100 mobility, it pretty much means I will have, by the time or by any chance I do not have any smoke active, I know essentially that I will have my dodge active. Relying completely on smoke is not a great tactic, because there are certain circumstances that you will end up chucking both smoke in quick succession, meaning that you will not get them back as fast as you think you would. Having that 100% mobility pretty much means I know I still have a dodge, giving me back that smoke as quick as I need it. That is why I run both. Obviously, this is just my personal preference. This is why this is all this build I put on my videos, my personal build to show you guys, but you do not need to do it exactly the same way. I doubt you will have the same RNG as me. Yours might be better, yours might be worse. I doubt you can make the exact same build I do, but this is like a reference, if you will say. But to stop rambling on, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you guys in advance, and at the end of this explanation you should get the video of me running this GM while carrying someone from my stream. And yeah, as always, check out my Twitch. I am going to be doing GM's help all week, and you can always join one of them by just dropping by. But for now, goodbye and see you next time.
I see the world through ice covered in ink. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Content, hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one-way gate to hell. I wanna taste consumption. Breathe faster to waste oxygen. Hear the children sing aloud. It's music till the wick burns out. Be carefree lately, yeah. Just picking up daisies, go I'm no good for you, so I drive around Manhattan. They're all laughing, oh I'm tragic. Yeah, I'm driving in my car and seeing open, but I can't go down that road again. I smoke a cigarette, but will that help me forget you? Will that help me forget you? I just need to forget you. Oh, you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you. I need to treat you better than that and make you feel like I did in the past. Oh, I will treat you better than that. I don't need to forget you.
Someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are, and I'm gonna miss you. I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love. Feel alone, babe. And when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are, and I'm gonna miss you. I will never lie. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. We're running in the jungle of love.
time for me. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you what love's supposed to be. I can show you what love's supposed to feel like. I can show you, yeah. I can show you, yeah. gone as they were before. You best start bracing. Did you think you could keep us out? Shut the gates, forget us now. Tides are changing. Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town on what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? Can you hear the sound? Can't stop us now. We're not back in town on what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution. Can you hear the sound? We're not back in town, know what we're doing. Things are about to change, it's evolution. Voices shake the ground, you feel it moving. We're the revolution.
Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon, and I end up alone. I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Ain't got no place to call my own. Feels like I'm better off alone. So sad inside and hopeless. These Hollywood hoes never notice. Can't get back on. Girl, I miss you. Can't get back on. Girl, I miss you. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon, and I end up alone. I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect. Out in Beverly, fucked up, smelling like that bourbon, and I end up alone. I'm not certain. Yeah, the girls impolite in the club every night. Somehow I woke up out in Beverly. fucked up, smelling like that bourbon. How'd I end up alone? I'm not certain. Girls impolite in the club every night. That's how it goes when you're Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect.
Feelings, it's like I can't walk on the ceiling. Oh yeah, got me dreaming, dreaming in colors I never dreamed in. Oh yeah, I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know what my heart be needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh. Magic. No, I'm never letting go. Now that I've been with you. When you kiss me, it's like the stars fall out the sky onto my heart to cover up what I don't wanna show. I let you in deeper than I let anyone else before. Fell in love with my broken pieces, took 'em all and made 'em yours. Didn't know what my heart be needed, skipping out, no I can't keep score. When I lose my breath, boy, you got me breathing. Oh, every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Every little thing you do, every time you hold me, take me higher, higher. Oh, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, you take me higher, baby, you take me higher, yeah, you take me higher, baby.
Why didn't I know from the very start? Oh, you left me here just to fall apart. If I wrote you a letter, would I have a chance? Would you read my letter if I had it sent? If I wrote you a letter,
got a bad bro. Name hot in these streets, no Tabasco. But I'm so stubbed, that's a fact, yo. And if you think I'm frontin', you can run it back, yo. Go run it back. You know that I run it. Everything you wanna do,